But
So you were placed on probation in 2023.
yeah, but the case I got was in 21.
No, but you were placed on probation in 2023, and you're saying your mom passed in 2019.
I was still
Court is calling 2022 CR 8628, State of Texas versus Adam Edward Aguilar. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Rolando Ruiz for the defense.
And are you Mr. Aguilar? Showing you what's entitled motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Are you the same Adam Edward Aguilar who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 8628 for the offense of unauthorized use of a vehicle on January 9th, 2023 for a period of 4 years? Is that you? All right, state.
Violated condition number 4 in Baird County, Texas. The defendant, Adam Edward Aguilar, the then and there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of February and March 2023 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
You need to speak up.
True. Your Honor, state waives all the violations.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, it's to deny the motion, continue the defendant on supervision, but alter and amend for weekly reporting for 60 days and hold Baird County ISF track due in advance.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Adam Edward Aguilar.
All right, why are you not reporting?
Well, to be honest, I had 2 jobs going on, and I started helping my fiance and my girlfriend with the kids. So a lot of stuff got on my road. So I started.
You need to speak up.
I started helping my girlfriend with her kids, and I had 2 jobs going on. I would do landscaping in the morning, and I would do pizza at night. And then sometimes I had to walk from work, and it would be a 3-hour walk from Eisenhower to St. Philip College. So a lot of stuff was getting overwhelming. So the time I feel like it wasn't really important, but I know it is. My freedom is, but my family is too.
How could you not think this is important?
Well, at the time, like I said, it was a lot going on. So, and then the loss of my parents. So it's just a lot of things were going on.
When did the loss of your parents occur?
Well, my mom was in 2019, but
So you were placed on probation in 2023.
yeah, but the case I got was in 21.
No, but you were placed on probation in 2023, and you're saying your mom passed in 2019.
I was still dealing with the grief of my parents. It could be months, years, days. Everybody deals with it different, and I was just barely getting over it. Like I was messing up to my life. So now that I'm here, I know stuff changed, and then she passed away in May. So I was still dealing with that too, like through them months. But like I said, I was going to work and doing this, and then trying. And a lot of stuff was just overwhelming for me.
So your mom passed. How old are you?
28.
So you're 28 years old. Your mom passed. So what you do is you pick up a criminal case, and then you get placed on probation, and then you do not report.
Basically. And that was not the right way to go. But when you lose somebody, you don't know what to do sometimes.
Well, I mean, not committing crimes. That's number one.
I mean, I know she wouldn't be proud of that either, but
Mhm.
that was just, I guess, my way of rebelling and dealing with it, and not in the right way. So, but now I know my actions, and I know my family need me more out there now than ever.
So what have you done on probation?
What have I done
Yes,
for probation?
yes.
Nothing.
All right. And this girlfriend you have, does she know that you're on probation?
Yes,
Did you tell her before you were arrested?
yes.
And how many children does she have?
5.
And what are their ages?
Think like 3, 5, 15, 19, and 20.
All right. And they all live with her?
No, some live with the sister, some live with the grandparents, and then she had like 2.
And what two does she have? What are their
The
ages?
young ones, 3 and 5.
All right. And how long did you know her before you moved into a house with her?
Like a year, maybe 2.
And what's her name?
Rachel,
Rachel what?
Garza.
Probation, was there ever a TAP evaluation done for him or no?
No, Your Honor, he is absconded before we can do anything.
All right. The court is going to deny the motion. Alter and amend conditions to include a TAP evaluation, and that's to be done while he's in custody. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. I can tell you with regards to Rachel Garza, if she has all of these children and they're scattered, some with the sister, some with the grandmother, that tells me that there's some issues in her life and she's not taking care of her children. And it also tells me that somebody doesn't know she has the little ones. So what she does is she sees you and then moves you in. You're not having any unsupervised contact with minors. So that means that you will not be babysitting those children or any of that. If that occurs, that's a violation of your probation and a motion to revoke will be filed. Do you understand? And I'm going to want field visits, 1 time per month, random. And we're going to do the UA hotline until further notice. Is there anything else from either side?
No, Judge.
No, Your Honor.
Probation, is there anything else that he needs?
Yes, Your Honor, I just want to make the court aware that we attempted to do field visits. However, the address on file that we have, it was not a good address. So we need to get a good address. And I would like to ask the court if we could do the weekly reporting for at least 30 days to.
Yes. We're going to do weekly reporting until further notice. You're going to provide them with an address that you live at. If you provide them with the incorrect address, probation, file a motion to revoke. Do you understand? You are not to be address hopping because you are what people call on paper. And people need to know where you are.
So,
And honestly, before you get involved in somebody's life with children, you need to get your life together. Your life is not together. So now you're bringing chaos to this Rachel Garza person who already has chaos in her life and can't even take care of her own children. Do you understand?
yeah,
And that's a yes.
yes, Your Honor.
And from here on out, you need to ask yourself, whenever you make a decision, whether or not that could result in you going to the state jail facility for 2 years. If it is, you need not do it. If it's a maybe, you need not do it. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we're off the record. What's that mark on your face?
I don't know, probably the sheets from Barrett County,
Well, I'm sorry, what?
probably the sheets from Barrett County. They don't
Probably
wash
the
them.
what from Bear County?
The sheets.
The sheets?
Thank
All right, you need to get that checked out.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, this was a jury trial that ended with a hung jury. And we're here today for the state to make a decision on whether or not they will proceed with another trial. State?
Yes, Your Honor, we have spoken to the victim and looked over the case and we do want to proceed.
Okay. All right, Diana, do you have any estimation of when you will have the record ready? Just a general approximation. No, I mean, I'm just asking, when do you think? All right, Ms. Ferguson. On Montoya, can you reset this for a jury trial in approximately 90 days? All right, so I figure if for some reason the record isn't ready, that will move. But I'm estimating that she said she'll have it in 60 days. If you don't, let us know. And I'm assuming the only parts of the records you all are requesting is the jury trial. We're not doing the closing arguments or opening statements of voir dire. So it will be the actual trial.
Actually, all I'm asking for is the direct and cross on the government's witnesses. That's all I'm asking.
Do you want any of his witnesses?
We probably would need that, Your Honor, but I'll have to get it.
No, that's fine. So they don't need voir dire, opening statements or closing statements. They just need the actual witnesses. So hopefully that helps a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. And so we're going to give you a jury trial date, and it's going to be approximately in 90 days.
Right, Judge.
All right. And you all are responsible for getting with the court reporter
Absolutely.
and getting the record.
We will.
Will do.
And if there is an issue with the record not being prepared, let me know, sooner rather than later. And we're looking on our calendar. All right, I think that's before Halloween, October 30th. And look, Norma is pushing it towards my birth month, but that's okay. I celebrate the entire month of November.
I leave for Jamaica on the 4th.
Well, what, are you trying to make us jealous, or you just bragging? What are you doing? Is that something we need to know? How long are you going to be gone?
From the 4th to the 11th.
All right. Norma, he's going to Jamaica. I can do one or two things. We can ruin his vacation plans, or we can extend it out a little bit further. Norma, I know what our rules are, but are you okay with breaking our rule of, all right, so yes. But if we're making accommodations for his Jamaica, at least make accommodations for November 2nd. Even though I celebrate the entire month. And I honestly think everybody should celebrate the entire month.
Mhm.
And the reason why I say that is when you were a little baby, you entertained so many people. You smile, your parents are like, oh my gosh, look, they smile. I know parents were overjoyed, at least for a month. Oh my gosh, they're crying. This is so cute. All right.
It's true. My daughter turns 5 in a couple of weeks, and she's been celebrating it for the last 2 weeks.
See, I knew, when I see pictures of your daughter, that's somebody I can have ice cream with.
She's awesome. She's the best.
Yeah.
She's my sunshine.
And I've never seen her not have a smile. And it comes from the eyes. But when I look at her eyes, I'm like, what are you up to? She has something
She's
fun
very
planned.
mischievous,
Yeah,
always.
but in a good way.
Yeah.
But I come back here and it is so hot. And it's the humidity. In the words of Aliens, when he said, man, it's hot as blank in here. And the guy said, yeah, but it's dry heat. See, dry heat is okay. When the humidity comes, that's when the problem comes. That's when curls start dropping.
Mhm.
Stain starts showing up on the underarms. Sharon, that's true. Many a time Sharon Thorne and I would be in CPS for their cases. And when the AC went down on that, sure. All right, let me mute. All right, so what we're going to do, because we're pushing into Thanksgiving week, we're going to end up doing a jury selection on a Friday. And then Monday, we'll start testimony at 1:30. Then that Tuesday will be 1:30, Wednesday all day, Thursday 1:30. And then Friday, if we need to finish up, we'll finish up on Friday. So what date, Ms. Ferguson? November 10th.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Judge, that's a holiday. That's Veterans Day, Judge.
On Friday?
It's a Friday.
What is happening? It's the world is changing before my very eyes. Let me see.
So we can call in a jury on the 8th, November 8th.
I'm in Jamaica, Judge.
Hmm?
That's when I'm in Jamaica.
No,
The 4th
he's
to
in
the
Jamaica. Oh, he's in Jamaica, November
4th through the 11th, Judge.
4th through 11th.
Oh, yeah, we wouldn't do it for the 10th.
You want the 10th, you want the other days?
So head back to October, Norma. Or September. But if we, so is family violence the week of October 16th or no?
Unless you guys, I have you guys down for impact work on October 30th. You don't want to impact.
No.
No, you said
No, the week of October 16th. That's Family Violence Week, correct?
I think so, should be, I know October 3rd is.
October 16th, yes.
All right, so are we able to do jury selection on the 13th?
Which one were you?
Because if we did jury selection on the 13th and then do the jury trial that week, they should be finished before that Friday.
I will say, I know there is a setting on October 3rd,
Right.
a trial that could take multiple weeks.
Well, here's the
That's if
thing.
it goes.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's set it. Let's see what happens.
Oh,
If we're there, we're there. If we're not there, then we'll have to move it to another date. So Norma, set this on October 13th, and I will tell you, Mr. Gross, come in on October 12th, because by October 12th, we'll know whether or not anything's happening on the 13th. And then your client will not need to come in on the 13th. If he doesn't, you'll be able to get in touch with him, correct?
Yes, absolutely, Judge.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson, put it down for October 13th for jury selection. And we'll just have a jury held over from the 12th. All right, is there anything else that the court needs to hear with regards to this case?
No, yeah.
All right, I will see you all on October 13th if needed.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Just get a reset. Court is calling 2020 CR 4990, State of Texas versus Paul Andrew Martinez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Travis Banks, the state of Texas.
Defense?
Kim Gonzalez for Shannon Locke.
And are you Paul Andrew Martinez?
Yes.
All right, do you have any objection to this attorney standing in for Mr. Locke?
No, Your Honor.
All right. And to the attorney, what is your relationship to the firm?
I'm an associate with the Locke Law Group, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. State, do you have any objections to this attorney being here as opposed to Mr. Locke?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'm showing you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And
Yes, Your Honor.
are you the same Paul Andrew Martinez who's placed on deferred adjudication in 2020 CR 4990 for the offense of sexual assault on March 31st, 2021 for a period of 6 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 15B on or about the 13th day of April 2023 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Paul Andrew Martinez, did then and there fail to comply with the instructions of the Bexar County Community Supervision and Corrections Department Sex Offender Program, and that the defendant was suspended from Martinez Counseling Services in violation of condition number 15B.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True, Your Honor.
State.
And the state will waive and abandon the further allegations.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading a violation of 15B, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand if you have reached an agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow that agreement and that the court could sentence you to the full range of punishment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of 15B?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find 15B true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, the agreement and the state's recommendation, should Your Honor choose to follow it, is that the defendant began treatment with a different counselor, and I think defense will be able to provide that counselor's name to the court. And that the state ISF cognitive track be held in abeyance, and he has 30 days to get started with that new counselor.
Is that the agreement?
That is, Judge, and we're just asking that the conditions be altered and amended to reflect that he be allowed to seek treatment with Mark Harris as a provider for this particular treatment that's required of his probation.
All right, and is this Mark Harris approved by probation?
We will need to, his, practice, but there's no objection at this point for him to other.
All right, and why was he suspended from Martinez Counseling Service?
Your Honor, he missed an appointment. He had been under the weather and he is working. And so he had worked and gone home and not been feeling well and slept. He overslept, Judge. So he understands the magnitude of repercussions that comes with, but he is still working and trying to just give himself the best opportunity with a schedule that he can have some more control over, Judge.
All right, so probation, is there a missed appointment?
Your Honor, it is notated that on January 31st, he began his offender counseling with the counseling services of Brenda Martinez. On March the 1st, 2023, he was placed on zero tolerance for 6 months for not following the treatment contract and group rules. States that the defendant failed to complete required scheduled assignments, assessments, failed to show up on time for scheduled meetings, and had several unexcused absences and for an event to conspire with a group member to approve his homework. On April 5th of 2023, the defendant failed to show up for his scheduled group session with his counselor, which resulted in him being suspended for failing to progress toward a reasonable treatment goal.
All right. And does Martinez want him back? Will they accept him back?
And since it's a part of the recommendation, I'm going to say that they've already spoken to Martinez and they would accept it back.
All right. So that's where you're going to be going. So I'm going to deny the motion. Alter and amend conditions to include a 30-day jail sanction. And that's to begin today. And then you are to be re-referred to Martinez Counseling Service. Is there anything else you need from the court?
Your Honor, can I say one thing?
Sure. You want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, in
All right,
reference.
you can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
Paul Martinez.
All right, have you talked to your attorney to see if they want you to speak?
Judge, would there be a possibility of him doing his jail sanction on the weekends as
No.
opposed to?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Never mind.
All right, so Mr. Martinez, in this court, there are consequences for actions. You're on deferred adjudication. Pick up the phone, call somebody. I'm not feeling well. Do your homework. Don't get somebody else to approve your homework. There are consequences. So I'm not going to revoke you. I could revoke you and send you to prison for up to 20 years. That will be within the realm of possibility because you're on deferred adjudication and you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to deny the motion. That's what both of you all wanted me to deny the motion. I'm going to alter and amend conditions to include a 30-day Bexar County jail sanction. That's going to start today. And you're going to be referred back to Martinez Counseling Service. Do you understand? All right. Is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right. All right. Is your client a citizen or no?
No, not a citizen. Judge.
No.
No. Okay. All right. So here's the thing. We have an interpreter. So you're going to have to speak through the interpreter. If you rather to just speak to me in English, we can do that as well. So what do you prefer?
Interpreter.
All right. Thank you. All right. Court is calling 2023 CR 4327. State of Texas versus Uvaldo Salas. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Ruben Flores for Mr. Salas.
All right. Are you Mr. Salas Escobedo?
See,
Yes.
All right. We have an interpreter here. Could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English? So help you God?
I do.
All right. You can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Maria Rivas.
Okay. All right, Mr. Escobedo, all of the documents that we're going to be discussing are in English. Were those reviewed with you in Spanish?
En español?
see,
Yes.
And did you understand them?
see,
Yes.
Defense, do you speak Spanish?
Fluent, Judge.
All right, I know the answer to that, but I have to ask for the record. All right. Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Did Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Escobedo, did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Sí.
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Oh, we are good.
Mr. Escobedo, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Sí.
Yes.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of possession less than a gram? Penalty group 1, that's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Sí.
Yes.
If you have a plea bargaining agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Sí.
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial? A right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent.
Sí.
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Sí.
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Did you understand? I'm sorry, just one moment. All right. Sorry, I had to answer an email. Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Salas Escobedo, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No.
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Sí.
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
No.
No.
Counsel, did you advise your client of the consequences of pleading no contest or guilty in the application of federal immigration law?
I did, Your Honor, and for the record, speaking with him, he waived his right to a deportation hearing. He's already signed a voluntary deportation and was expecting to be deported back.
All right. So did your advice to him include possible consequences as deportation, denial from naturalization, exclusion from the United States?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you believe that he understands the immigration consequences as it relates to entering a plea into this case? Mr. Salas Escobedo, did your attorney advise you of the consequences of pleading no contest or guilty and the application of federal immigration law?
Yes.
Did that advice include possible consequences such as deportation, the denial of naturalization, and exclusion from the United States?
Sí.
Yes.
And do you understand the consequences of entering a plea in this case as it relates to your immigration status?
Sí.
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Sí.
Yes.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 160 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Sí.
Yes.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Judge.
Did you review the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Sí.
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
¿Entiende?
Sí.
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
None, Your Honor.
Right. Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Pablo.
Guilty.
State any evidence.
State offer states exhibit 1 in all attachments.
Objection.
Thank you. Did you review the document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Sí.
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial? A right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Sí.
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Sí.
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the same. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge would simply ask that the court follow the plea bargain. As I mentioned before, he's already signed deportation paperwork and is looking forward to going back to his.
All right. Court, as previously stated, is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 160 days in the Bear County Jail under 1244. Give you credit for any time served, and there's to be no illegal re-entry into the United States. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? And did you understand it?
Sí.
Yes.
Right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? Court is calling 2023 CR 2528 and 2023 CR 2529, State of Texas versus Berlio Marquez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
Defense.
Robert Mauer for defendant, Your Honor.
And are you Mr. Marquez?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received the discovery in each of these cases, and did you review it with your client?
Yes.
In each cause number, the court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. And each cause number I'm showing you was entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, in each cause number, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I did.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented in each cause number?
We are, Your Honor.
Mr. Marquez, in each cause numbers, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? Did you sign them in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand in each cause number, you're charged with the offense of aggravated robbery? That's a first-degree felony. The range of punishment is up to, anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Mm-hmm.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand in each cause number, you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand in each cause number, by entering a plea, you're giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights in each of the cause numbers and enter into a plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes,
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Marquez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter these pleas?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the pleas?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
In each of the cause numbers, the court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. In each of the cause numbers, I'm showing you what's entitled plea bargain page. Did you review those with your attorney? Did you understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
And each of the cause number punishment is to be assessed at 5 years. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. There are no applications. The cause numbers were run concurrently. The cause numbers taken in consideration are 2023 CR 2621, 2527, County Court Cause Number 699-184 and 185. There's to be restitution, if any, to Isaac Cervantes, Cameron Carroll, Carroll, Kyle, Kyle Sutherland, and Stephanie Lefevre,
I think that's correct.
Lefebre. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense,
Yes, Judge.
state?
It is, Your Honor.
And each of the cause numbers, I'm showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, ma'am.
Then in cause number ending in 2528, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
And the cause number ending in 2529, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State any evidence?
Yes, which is the case, Your Honor? State exhibit number one. No objections.
And each cause number, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? Did you sign them in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
In each of the cause numbers, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments in each cause number, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge, but ask to waive PSI.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Just ask you to follow the plea bargain here.
All right. And the cause number ending in 2528, the court will find you guilty, sentence you to 5 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. This will run concurrent with 2023 CR 2529. Taking consideration 2023 CR 2621, 2527, 699-185 and 184. There's to be restitution, if any, to Isaac Cervantes, Cameron Carroll, Kyle Sutherland, and Stephanie Lefevre, and also no contact with any of those parties. And then in cause number ending in 2529, court is finding you guilty, sentence you to 5 years in the prison, credit for any time served, concurrent with 2023 CR 2528, taking consideration 2023 CR 2621, 2527, County Court Cause number 699-185, 184, no contact, and restitution to the following: Isaac Cervantes, Cameron Carroll, Kyle Sutherland, and Stephanie Lefevre. I'm pronouncing that name all sorts of ways. I apologize to Stephanie. All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're off the record. How old are you?
17.
You're 17 and you're doing this foolishness. Things, if you want things, you got to get a job so you can have things. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
For a 17-year-old, you've chosen a hard road for yourself because you're going to prison, 17. And you're going to be in prison with a bunch of people who are there for murders and other things. When you go to prison, don't become institutionalized. You're 17, you still have a chance to make something out of yourself and do better in your life. So keep your head down and do your time and try to improve yourself. You can even take college classes while you're at the prison. And if you dropped out of school and don't have your high school diploma, you can get your high school diploma while you're there. So don't come out of prison having just wasted time, okay? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge. My big
Thank-
excuse.
Yes, thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Mauer.